Hey, I actually think this is my first recording of an episode in my office in the new house since it's been finished. So that's exciting. And let me just, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to grab some notes and pull up here because today I want to talk to you guys about something that's a little different from maybe what I typically talk to you about. And it will be kind of more focused on like why I do the things that I do. So yeah, let's get into it. Sound good? All right. So, like I said, today I want to talk about something that's really personal to how I coach and who I am as a person, frankly. And that is, I've always been a teacher at heart. And I don't just mean in the professional sense, I mean in how my brain works. I'm obsessed with how people actually learn, how change sticks, how you build foundations that don't just help in the moment, but that keep working later when life gets busy, stressful, complicated. So when I taught in classrooms, and I taught a lot of different ages, from like elementary school, fourth grade, all the way up to graduate students after I did my PhD, I never relied on memorization. Take multiplication, for example. I didn't want kids to just remember times tables. I wanted them to understand, what does multiplication actually mean? Why does it matter? How does it show up in real life? Because if learning doesn't integrate at that deeper level, then it doesn't become accessible to you later. And it definitely doesn't support any kind of more complex concepts later on. So even back then, I was thinking about learning as something that had to become usable, not just remembered. All right, fast forward to now. What I teach is obviously different. It's metabolism, behavior change, psychology, nutrition, lifestyle. But how I teach is exactly the same philosophy. And what I saw quickly when I started coaching women in midlife and with their health was the same pattern that I had seen in education. Women were not struggling because they were lazy or they were undisciplined or unmotivated. They were struggling because the strategies they were given did not integrate into real life, or they were just wrong. You have busy schedules, you have chronic stress, hormonal changes, decades of habits built under totally different circumstances. And so information alone does not change any of that. And it definitely doesn't change the physiology. It doesn't change the psychology. So I don't ask, does this just work in theory? I ask, does this fit into a woman's real life? Does it fit when stress is high? Does it respect what's happening in her midlife body? Does it actually feel sustainable for women who already carry a lot? Because if it does not fit into your any day Tuesday, it's not a real strategy for you. And that's why at the end of the year, I reflect deeply on how I coach. What is integrating? What is sticking? Where are women still getting stuck mentally, metabolically? What does the newest research tell us about how our brains and our bodies adapt in midlife? Then I refine, I tighten, and I upgrade. Not because anything is broken, but because transformation is too important to treat casually or statistically. Coaching has to evolve as we learn more about what actually helps people change, or my coaching does. And so, frankly, I'm in one of my favorite phases of year right now because I've been having calls with clients, recalibrating their next phase, elevating coaching. And it's super gratifying to hear not just about the physical changes, but about the confidence, the clarity, the, oh my God, I actually trust myself now, and this is actually working. They're not done. It's that the foundation is getting stronger, and foundation that's strong makes everything more powerful. So as I move into this next phase of coaching in 2026, I'm really excited about what I'm building and who I'm working with. Not women who want a quick fix, but women who are ready for an approach that respects both their biology and their real life, because women don't need more pressure. They don't need more pressure to just try harder. They don't need any of that. They just need better methods. And that's what I'm committed to delivering better methods, elevated support, more integrated and real transformation. That's what I had in my heart to share with you today. That's what I wanted to talk about. And I appreciate you listening. So, as I sit here with a lot of gratitude after several calls with coaching clients, I just want to say to you that I know you see a lot of crap online, but there are real ways to make real change in your life. Never give up hope. Never give up hope for that. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you right back here next time.